This conference will now be recorded.
Guys, what about the assignment which I have been shared yesterday? Where we are on the assignment?
I'm currently working on that one, Naresh. Need to pass the selected accounts to display the current contact of that particular account.
Okay. And Rushita, Rahul, Karthik, Afghan.
I have also completed a one task, which is display the contact details, sorry, account records.
Okay. Okay, Afghan, I'm making you the presenter. Can you share your screen? I want to see like what you have done.
Yeah.
Is it possible for you?
Sure, but actually I don't know how to do this, like how to present it.
Okay, I'm making you the presenter now. Now share your screen.
Yeah.
What happened, Afghan?
Uh, just give me 1 minute. Actually, it's downloading a file.
Okay.
I think it's a screen share. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, Afghan.
Uh, Let me. Um, so, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
What's happening?
Actually, no, I don't know it. Actually, also today I have some internet issue as well.
Then leave it here. I don't have so much time. Okay, I'm sharing my screen.
Actually, I did that something like that.
Uh, okay, so today let's talk about the CSS. Let me create one component. So in this component, we will be using the CSS. First thing, I'll let you know how to use or include CSS in the component. Let me use the same component for this, same app for this component as well. Let me set the background color of this. Go to the CSS. So this is the default tag, or we can say the root tag. It, wherever we will be writing any style, we will be going to start with dot dish. So this is the default one. If we won't be using this property, in that case we won't be able to save it. It will be throwing the error. So we have to use that. If I want to give the complete background as green, let me show you that. So it will be inheriting the complete background of the div or the content and making it green. Now it's gray. Let me add few more items in this component. I'm going to make the unordered list or the list item. Let's say one class is red. White, yellow, black. So the same thing we need to put in the style. How? Let me show you that. Go to the style. Let's say I want to make it this one red. So I have defined the property red for the class. So in the style, I need to write the style. So as I said, every tag will be going to start with this dot red and here background color column red. Let me show you with this style. You can see a particular section has been colored into the red. In the same way, let me put the styling for the remaining components, remaining tags. One is black, another is yellow, red, black, yellow, and another is white. So yellow is not working. Let me see what happened. Yellow, yeah. See, what are the colors we have been defined? We are having those colors on the UI. In the same way, we can put any color, whatever we want. We just need to go to the style and use these properties. Any doubt, guys?
Naresh, can we change colors for the lightning card? Can we implement this there?
Lightning card, huh? We can definitely.
Okay.
I mean, for anything, any tag, simple, we need to put the class. If I want to make it, let's say white, I have already defined the class white there. I can simply use that. Sorry, you can see.
Naresh, one question. Can
Yeah,
you
Rahul.
go to the component once?
Okay.
So line number 12 UL is unordered list.
Yeah, these are the list items.
Okay.
These are the tags for unordered list, and these are the list items aligned.
And let's say, let me tell you one scenario. Let's say if we have static resource at classic level, okay. So we have to migrate that to Lightning. Let's say I have a Visual Force page, and Visual Force page has a static resource, uh, which is complete CSS. So if I have to migrate that VF page into this Lightning, um, can I still use a static resource, or do I have to go for the CSS?
No. See, basically, if you are writing anything in this style, okay, that will be going to start with dot this. If you are using the external sheet, using the static resource, you need to write in the same format as we write the CSS, and we need to use those properties by including that CSS here.
So like we can include the properties of CSS here in the component within the component. That's what
Correct.
you're saying, right?
So first we
Okay.
need to, let's say you have the style in the classical VF page, or you have that style in the static resource. So you will be including that first in the VF page. In the same way, we will be going to include that in the Lightning component, and whatever the classes we do have classes or IDs, we'll be going to use those classes here directly.
Okay. That makes sense.
Okay, cool guys. So I hope you don't have any issue how to put the CSS in the style part, and how to use those classes into the component. Let me show you like how we can dynamically add or remove the CSS. Because dynamically we can remove or add the CSS. That is the one part.
Naresh,
Yeah, Rishita.
what do you mean by this LI? It is a line tag
Li is a list item.
list item. Okay.
These are the HTML basically.
Okay.
Because Li, you will define unordered list. You will define ordered list. Li define the list items. What are the list items? You do have a number of items, and DL defines description list. These are the tags of HTML.
Okay.
Or we can directly put the HTML in the component. Now let's see how we can dynamically add or remove the CSS. Let me create two buttons here. To define one tag with the aura ID. Now I'm going to create two buttons. So whenever I'm going to click on that button, at one time I will going to add the CSS, and another time I will going to remove the CSS. For that I have to create two functions. We have one class in the or one, we can say it's kind of function in the Lightning, which actually help us to add and remove the CSS. Let me go to the style. Let's say let me some color here. Let's go to the function now. Here first we need to get the ID, where I mean the aura ID, this one. So here we have one class $a dot util dot add class. This is a kind of function. So here we will be going to add the class. I mean on this ID, class will be this green. And in the remove, we'll be going to use the remove property, remove class. And we refresh it. As of now, there is no property on this. Let me click on the add. Okay, it's showing green is not defined. Okay, you can see now. When I click on the add, it's adding. When I click on the remove, it's removing. Can you see, guys? So dynamically we can remove and we can add the CSS. Hello.
So is it removing the particular CSS class or function?
Particular section for this. It's
Okay.
removing CSS for this block, div block.
So div is nothing but it's a CSS class, right? Right?
This is a section or block where here I'm not putting any class, but dynamically when I'm pressing these buttons at CSS, I'm adding the CSS to this block.
Okay.
So let me show you again. Cause see, basically I have defined the div and the aura ID, and these are the buttons. Let's go to the JavaScript. When I click on the add function, I come to the add class. where I'm getting the ID of this component, div ID, this one, and dynamically I'm adding the CSS to this. $add class, I'm adding the class is green, adding to this ID. Here I'm removing this. These are the methods, add class and remove class. You can see that in default there is no CSS when, but when I click on the add CSS, it's adding. When I click on the remove CSS, it's removing.
Okay.
Got it now?
Yeah. All right. Thanks.
Naresh, so what about the remaining components? Low here, I'm red, this yellow, black. How to change these colors? How to we can add the buttons to them also.
You want to change dynamically or what?
Yeah, dynamically.
In same way, put the CSS.
Okay.
You need to define the ID first, ID for this tag, and you need to get the ID when you click on the button, and you need to set add and remove the classes.
Okay.
Okay, and
Yeah.
now guys, write one assignment. What you need to do in that assignment, when you click on one button, the same button should remove the CSS and add the CSS. That means that will represent the toggle functionality. Okay.
Could you repeat once again?
Sorry, Rahul, what you said?
Could you repeat the assignment once again,
Ah,
Naresh?
let's say we are giving two buttons here to remove and add. So you what you need to do? You need to handle this using the one button only. Once you click on the add, you need to add the CSS. Once you click on the remove, you are removing the CSS. But on that button, on the same click, you will be hiding and the adding. That means you will be doing the toggle kind of task. Once you click on the button, it will be adding the CSS. Once you click on the same button, that will be removing the CSS. Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, actually, I need one more time explanation of the controller.js. Actually,
Here in this example.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is actually I need this explanation one more time.
What do you need here?
What we are doing? Actually, I need the explanation for this code. What we did here.
Okay. See, basically, this is the component and this is the tag we have defined it. And these are the buttons,
Okay.
add CSS and remove CSS. So when I will click on the add CSS, let's say what I'm doing, I'm calling this add CSS function. Here I'm finding the ID of the div, and I'm adding that through the, I'm using the add class, and I'm adding a green class property to this ID, div ID, and div ID is this section. So that's the reason I'm getting it either red, either green, or the none. Okay.
Okay.
The same way I'm
Yes,
removing.
sir.
But what you need to do, I this time I'm doing using the two functions, but you need to use one function. Let me help you. You need to use $a.util. Toggle class. There is one toggle functionality. You need to use that.
Okay.
Okay, guys. And yeah. So the toggle kind of thing you need to do. I have already told you like how to set the CSS, how to add the classes, how to remove. Even though I told you the class name, you need to use toggle property. Uh, Let me tell you how to add and remove the CSS using the array. We can say how to create the conditions in the component. Give me a moment, guys. Let's go to the component. So here, let me show you some text dynamically using or if. Or if kind of if else. If else kind of, let's say if you must be using if else in the either JavaScript or the Apex class. Let me declare first one attribute. As default value for this variable is true. The same way we use if else. If this true, display this section. If it's not true, display the else section. In same way, we use or if. Or if is true, we dot that variable and we use set or attribute equals to else. So same way we will be using I am in if and I am in else. Let me create one button.
Naresh, one question, Naresh.
Yeah, yeah,
So UI button and lightning button, both tags are used for creating buttons, right?
right, right. UI,
Dynamic.
they are the tags because initially most of the tags were starting with the UI button, UI input select, UI output, UI input. But now as the Salesforce come with the releases, so Salesforce is going to replace or replacing the UI tags. Now we have Lightning input tag, Lightning button tag, Lightning select tags, these tags.
Okay. So going forward, it's recommended to use the Lightning tags itself.
Yeah, and most of the time we'll be going to use the Lightning tags.
Okay. But in general, no difference, right? You using UI and Lightning, but you don't have any feature to do with
The
those.
UI tag we need to put the styles, but Lightning tags, most of the Lightning tag inherit the standard style.
Okay.
So let me put some code inside this hide and show function. What we will going to do here? We, let me find out the value. If this is true, we are going to set it as a false. So dynamically we will be hiding the text. Okay. Let me use this one here. So once I click on the, it's showing hey I am in if. If I click on the hide and show, it will be going to change the text here. I am in else, I am in if. Let me change, put I mean some other text. Inside if. Okay. So let me click on this button. We can see. So this is how if else works. So directly we can use the condition in the component itself. So any doubt, guys? Afghan, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, Karthik, any doubt? Rahul,
I think I'm good.
Rishida, and Sneha.
I'm good, Naresh.
No, Naresh.
Rishida, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. So guys, this is how we use styling, and this is how we use if else, and we set the property dynamically using the CSS. Okay. And we'll be going to create dynamic component using JavaScript tomorrow session. Then in next session we'll be talking about the Latin expressions. So this is the way to create the component dynamically or to launch a new component. This is another way as using the in the same way events as we were launching the another component. We can use the this approach also. So we'll be talking about it tomorrow. Okay. So thank you guys. Thanks for joining. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you, Naresh.